We are going to play D&D tonight, and it's gonna be fun. Gosh darn it. I like to welcome you all again to joining us digitally. We enjoy your company, so chime in on chat if you have fun things to say. Will one of you jump into chat and make sure that the sounds happen?
I hear you.
Great, thanks.
And me. Great.
Oh, we have a viewer. Hi, Tyler. Thank you. Let me know if you can hear everything, okay? All right, so I made sure that all of my players had dice, character sheets, and liquids of choice, which I think is important to a session. Before we started, I asked everybody if they were, okay to play. I think it's important to make sure your players are in the right mood and stuff. One of our players had a disaster right before stream, which is why we're starting a little late. So everybody be nice to Quentin.
That's just uncalled for.
I'm sorry, Quentin. So I think we're going to jump right in. Does anybody want to tell me what y'all did last time? Because I don't do recaps anymore.
I should never have given you this idea.
No, it's not your fault. It's just... with all this free time at home, I don't have time to do recaps.
Right then, we was just walking down the road, minding our own business, when we got zip-zap, flip-flap, out into this other world. Well, we went in, and we crushed this cube. We made it really, really regret that it ever came across us. And then before we could find the shinies, we got zipped right back out.
That's true. And when you got back, what happened?
Well, we got these real fancy spoons, which means that I can start slinging fireballs.
Hang on.
And all it cost me is a cup of tea.
Hang on, Relic. You don't know that you can sling fireballs. That is something that is in... that's something that you, player, know, but your character doesn't know yet. All you know is you're holding a very pretty looking spoon. That's it.
Oh, yeah. I know.
Got it. Just checking.
Also, Marthala has wings now, so that's cool.
She sure does. Marthala will not be joining us this evening, so we will talk more about wings next time. Oh, I forgot to ask her if she wants us to run her character or she wants me to pop her out. Relic, would you mind checking with her if she's checkable?
Sure.
Thanks. Yes, it wasn't a cube, Tyler. You are correct. Column of goo, I believe, is how I mostly described it. Popped back before shinies. Holding spoons. Cool. All right. So you are back on the same road that you were on before you got popped into that other dimension, or whatever it was, into that other dungeon, and it feels like no time has passed. Like the sun is in the same position it was in, vaguely, that you remember. The two horses that you had with you are just on the side of the road, grazing. They haven't gone anywhere. They're still right there. And all the damage you took is still applied, and you are all standing in a perfect circle, each of you is holding a spoon. What do you do?
Pop her out.
Pop her out. Okay, so 5 of you are standing in a circle holding a spoon, and Marthala is missing. What do you do?
I will look at my spoon.
I'll probably examine the spoon.
Okay. Please roll me an investigation check. If Arcana is higher, feel free to roll that. I'm trying to remember where I wrote down what those damn things do.
I know what it does. I
Found
rolled an
it.
18. What do I know?
You rolled a what?
18?
You have the... Yep. So, with an 18, you gather, like, you recognize the metal folding that goes into this. This sort of like Damascus steel type thing is more of a sword kind of deal. And as you're looking at it, you catch it at just the right angle that you realize the edge is extremely sharp. And you're actually holding your spoon by the bowl part, and the edge of the handle it's shaped like a handle, but it's got edges like a dagger would.
Do I manage to not cut myself with it before I figure this out?
Roll me a dex check.
12?
I think you get a little bit of a cut. It's extremely sharp. But I won't say you take any damage. It's one of those cuts where like you only cut through like the first layer. And so like there's
This
just
is a very impractical spoon. Dangerous almost.
Yeah. Brandel, I believe you said you would also like to examine your spoon. Is that correct?
Yes, I rolled a 12.
You rolled a 12. So your spoon... It's almost like somebody who didn't really know what a spoon was tried to carve the spoon out of like a solid block of metal. So it's very, very blocky and like rough edge. Hi, Jelly! I'm so excited you're here. It's very blocky and like rough edged, and you're not quite sure what this thing does. Did you roll an investigation or an arcana check?
Oh, I did a +4, so it would be Arcana.
Okay, so with a +4,
I don't think it's the same modifier, but yeah, let's do Arcana. Let's do Arcana.
you think there's magic here, but you're not familiar with what it might do. So you're either going to have to think about it a little more or carefully watch it as you run some experiments. It's up to you.
But I do know that it's magical.
Yes, it does have an aura of magic about it, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, does anyone else want to look at their spoon?
I rolled a 9.
Your spoon is extremely pretty. You think you could probably get a fairly good, there's those are jewels in there. It's weighted nicely. You like holding it. It fits in your hand.
Would fetch a good price somewhere, hey?
Would probably fetch a good price. Yeah, you get that idea. Yeah. Druge, Quentin?
I think Drew's just kind of looking around, not at the spoon, and just, so we're not gonna talk about the person who just grew wings not being here.
Wait, hold a tick. Where, whoa.
It's pretty amazing how quickly we get used to that, isn't it?
It's probably best if we don't look at it too close for right now. I'm personally afraid of the implications.
I mean, she's disappeared before, right? By this same being that disappeared us.
But there wasn't a popping noise.
Well,
And
she didn't appear with you guys. I'm gonna retcon that. Like the 5 of you popped back into the road, and she just didn't pop back with you. So you wouldn't have heard a popping noise.
Interesting.
it is the first time she's popped by herself, though.
Is it?
She usually goes with the other one. I think it might be. I
That
could be
is
wrong
true.
on that.
I think she's popped out by herself one other time.
Well, she seems to be getting closer to her deity, and, Relic seems to be Relic. So maybe there was a conflict.
What's that supposed to mean, mate?
Well, maybe some some consequences to somebody's actions. I don't know that yours necessarily, and I mean that in earnest.
That's
But-
right. Why don't you go find your dog?
He is right. I'm holding him.
Yep, he was right back around your shoulders when you appeared.
Yeah, you'll go in the woods and sniff butts or something.
Wow, you guys are getting along well.
I think perhaps the disappearance of our friend has made you surlier. Color me surprised.
What do you say to that, Relic?
Well, I wouldn't say I'm more silly. Yeah, and you know what? This is too much for me to contemplate right now. I'm not gonna lie, fellas. Those wings have got me a little rattled. And I'm not gonna complain too much about having a little bit of space to contemplate these things before Angel Face comes back in here.
As you say angel face like that, does it occur to you that you've said angel face?
Well, now I've always called her Angel Face.
Right. But now she has wings.
Perhaps you understood something on a deeper level.
I've never been accused of that, mate.
You've never been accused of understanding something at a deeper level before?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, Quentin, would you like to examine your spoon? You are muted. Has anyone said
Sure
anything
am.
about their spoons being magic so far?
No.
I don't know. Has anybody shared what their spoons do?
I don't think I've heard anybody say anything, so I'm not sure that I would. I think I'd probably just kind of take a. Well, what do I see when I look at it? Like, I'm just looking at a spoon. I'm not doing any deeper checks.
Oh, it's a very it's a brass color.
Mm-hmm.
Like that light brass color. It is
Kind of like you drink a mule out of.
Yeah, it has an odd. Well, no, it's even lighter in color. It's like almost like
okay.
a honey color,
Mm.
and like a golden brassy color, and the handle is oddly delicate because the bowl of the spoon is a little. It's like a soup spoon almost. It's almost
Okay.
larger than a soup spoon, and the handle supporting it like. It doesn't feel bendy at all, but it's very sturdy. But the shape of the handle is quite delicate.
Okay. I think I'd probably take a look at the front, look at the back, and kind of tuck it away somewhere safe.
Okay.
Boy, Alec, me lad, you see anything special about this here spoon?
Oh, I've been asked for my expertise. Do I roll again?
No, I don't think you need to roll again. I will say that you did notice when you were looking at your spoon. You rolled an Arcana check the first time, right?
I mean, it didn't really matter, so I didn't. make
Okay,
particular
we'll pretend
choice.
you did. You'll notice that you would have noticed that there was some element of magic to this. You're not sure that it's just the metal that's sharp. You think there might be something more to it that's making it this sharp.
Is he holding it out to me, or does he just want me to look at it?
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Brandon, are you asking Harlech to look at your spoon, or are you asking Harlech if there was something odd about his spoon?
I'm asking him to look at my spoon.
I understand. Then
He's-
yes,
He's
I
a
will-
relevant expert.
That's true. I do need you to do another roll. I apologize. I thought you were looking at Harlech's spoon.
Oh boy, that's a natural one.
You rolled a nat 1.
That is great. That's great.
What great timing!
You drop the spoon, and it lands bowl down in the dirt, and you all feel something like almost concussive happen, and one of the jewels goes dark.
Hey there, mate. What are you doing? You causing it damage. If I don't give full price for this, I'm gonna take it out of your platinum.
Sorry, I expected the handle to be sharp. I just bobbled it.
It's a spoon, mate, not a knife. Don't be silly.
Well,
This is what I get for asking the expert. Throws my spoon on the ground, breaks one of the gems here.
The gem's not broken, it's just darker. I understand what you're saying. I just want to be sure you know that it's not.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, cool. Just checking. All right, what do you guys do next? You gonna keep going?
I'm going to take a moment to cast a little spell that I've been holding on to called Distort Value.
Yes.
Okay.
I was muted. Good job.
Basically you spit shine it so it looks like it's worth more.
Yep.
Perfect.
So
I just want it to look prettier, but I'm gonna cast a spell as I'm doing it.
I think what ends up happening is this is sort of it's a very sturdy, it's like an iron, or I'll say a silver spoon. And when you cast this on it, it looks like the metal of the spoon turns platinum. And the jewels along the handle were rounded. But when you cast the spell, they become faceted. And the ones that still have swirling light in them, like they shine even brighter. Like they're very, very... it almost glows. It glows in your hand at this point.
There we go. See, no harm, no foul.
Yep.
Yeah, no harm, no foul.
Yep.
Watching you, mate. Trying to throw my
How
spoon on the ground.
how upset is Brandon right now? Is this like a more than normal amount of upset?
Very much so.
Okay.
So
Like visibly
he's
shaken.
definitely a little off his game. The appearance of wings on a previous non-idiot person, when I don't think it's not uncommon knowledge to anyone except to Marthala that Relic really doesn't care much for religion or the church or any of that. So to be faced with that is pretty much shaken him to his core. I'm still working, like Justice is still working how that's going to play out exactly. But yeah,
Excited for it.
he's a little definitely a little more surly and touchy than usual.
When you reacted that way last time, I went and looked at your backstory stuff that you gave me, and just tried to predict like what would happen next with Brandon. So I'm really interested to see what direction you take this, and I think this could, yeah, no matter what you do, it's going to be very interesting.
Don't put pressure on me now.
Well, that's why I said no matter what you do, because like even if Brandon like stuffs it down and is like, I'm not gonna deal with this, like that would be an interesting choice, you know, like it's yeah, I'm for character development. Woo.
So if he's obviously like shaken to his core sort of thing, Quentin's gonna walk by as he starts heading down the road, like in the direction they were headed. And just kind of without even looking over at Brandon, just hold out like a fistful of pocket bacon for him and just kind of keep walking.
That's very
I mean,
nice.
slowing down enough for him to take it, but...
Gross ass bacon. How long's this been in your pocket, mate? And then I'm gonna eat it though.
It's just from like this morning.
When you pull out that
No, it's from 4 days ago.
that bacon, your pup is gonna like stretch out for it, like he almost crawls down your arm to get it.
I'll give him a little bit.
Okay.
What's left?
He inhales it. Like you're still a little concerned about. Like he's not as sharp at boned, but you know it's gonna take a couple weeks for him to look normal again, and he like whines in the back of his throat, and you realize if he were on the ground, you wouldn't be able to hear this. Like it's so quiet. So he's like very quietly being upset, and the only reason you can hear him is because he's tucked up right underneath your ear.
Good. That's heartwarming.
My puppy doesn't feel good right now, so the rest of you
Oh,
are going to
I
feel my
see.
pain.
The puppy I'm currently holding a bone for.
Yes. Definitely.
So remind me, we were headed towards town, but we knew we had to take a side trail to get to this town off the main road.
So you are headed towards Fandon. You can either continue down the Great Trail, the High Road, And then eventually you'll have to take a right and onto another, I'll call it Market Road. And when you take that right, you'll end up backtracking back up the high road a little bit, like at an angle. And so Quentin and Druge, the two of you know about Tribor Trail, which like bridges the two roads and sort of like makes a triangle. It's a shortcut. It's not very well maintained. And it's basically like a hunting track. And I forgot to tell you a thing you know, so I'm going to type it into the thingy real quick.
Fuel.
Secrets channel.
I was just going to type it at you because we're
got it.
live.
Yeah. That's, sorry, the secret text channel is what I meant.
Yes, you guys have a secret group text channel because you are friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is session 25.
26.
26, what? Really?
I think it's 26. I should start, since I'm editing the channel every time, I should do that.
Oh yeah, that'd be good for the videos.
I'm gonna try and get up on the horse's back again, like I was riding before.
Roll me an acrobatics check, or athletics.
Yeah. That is a 8.
You can't get the horse to go near this rock. That's the right height for you to get on to then onto its back, and it just walks around the rock just far enough away that you can't get on. So like you do this thing where like you're standing on the rock and you've got the reins and you're like, come closer, and its head comes closer and you're like,
This isn't really fair here. Mate, come on. Shot. Give me a shot. Let me on there. I'm gonna look at Druge and hold out both arms and clap my hands.
Like a baby trying to be picked up?
Yeah. Yeah,
Or a
kind
toddler,
of.
rather. Okay.
Like,
Drew will kind of lean over towards Quentin and through the trunk and locks it on and just be like, that's a lot of anger for such a small body.
I mean, cut him up. And replying in very broken Loxodon, he'd say, cut break, hard day.
Great. Yeah, Drew will just grab him with the trunk and lift him onto the back of the horse and then keep walking.
thanks, mate.
Of course, he'd never let Brandon hear him say that. But.
so the Tribor Trail is just up the way. So you guys are gonna, so if you guys keep walking, it'll be on your left. It'll be on your right at some point.
Okay. I think what would happen is, once we start to approach, Quentin will kind of like look quizzically sideways at Druge and kind of nod like subtly off towards that trail as they're getting close.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he'll look back and kind of like one shoulder and one ear will shrug, and he'll kind of lead and steer over that way.
You know, kind of Quentin will nod back and say, "So we're getting a little low on supplies and fresh meat and stuff. And I know a hunting trail that'll actually give us an opportunity to catch some game and also cut some time off of our journey. Instead of taking the long way around, we can just cut straight through and be in town much faster. We've been there before, whether or not that's true, DM. And you know, we can lead you through if you are not opposed." And how do I know? Would these horses have a hard time making it through, or is it like
It's overgrown, but
Yeah.
it's like a
a game trail?
it's like a game trail, so they'll be able to pick their way through. You just won't be able to gallop down it.
Sure. Okay. I won't say anything about that.
What do our viewers think? Should they go down Tribor Trail? Okay, you
Follow
guys
the
gonna
experts. Yeah.
you guys gonna go down the trail, or any resistance? Jelly says yes, so clearly you should go down there.
Woods aren't really my
I mean, would it
place.
seem like he's lying? Can I make like a survival check or an insight check or something?
Tyler says, "I know a shortcut. What could go wrong?" And John,
Yeah, right?
John the blacksmith says, "If so, turn to page 53. Otherwise, turn to page
Basically.
50." And you do not know how right you are, sir. Oh, I forgot to pull the book out. Damn it. Brandel, you wanted to do what now? You wanted to do an insight check on Quentin?
Yeah, sure.
He very politely
Do it.
man screamed insight check.
Okay, I
Quentin?
just have to not roll a 1, dude.
Quentin, are you trying to deceive Brandel at all? Did you roll a 1?
Yes.
Here's how I'm gonna play this, and tell me if you agree. What I'm imagining happens here is you get slightly suspicious, and then your inner guilt about having killed him when you first got into combat, like, jumps back into your mind. And then the second time that you managed to do damage to him, when you were just trying to, like, shoot around him a little bit, like, is, like, on the heels of that. And you just decide, like, you know what? Yep, I trust him. Like,
I'm fine. Everything's fine here. How are you?
does that sound
Sure.
okay,
Yeah,
Brandel?
no, yeah, that sounds great. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's good.
Make it so. All right. So Brandel's obviously on board. Harlick, Brannon.
I mean, I've got no reason to avoid it.
Yep, shortcuts are shortcuts. Cool. Brannon?
No,
Not-
I've spent my fair share of time in the woods, but I'm not exactly comfortable in the woods.
Mm-hmm. I think if you move, like, if Quentin and Drew... Is anyone on the other horse, by the way? Druge
I don't think anyone is.
and Brandel will have a hard time.
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
Right.
I'm pretty bored.
definitely not.
The horses shy away from both of you, actually. But Quentin or Harlot could ride it if they wanted.
I think Quentin's okay. I'm not so much aiming for deception as I am just leaving out details.
I
Like,
understand. Yeah, it really doesn't matter
which is
because
deception, but
I mean, I rolled a 1.
it
You're really not.
really doesn't matter because Brandel will roll one. Yeah, okay.
just in case anybody else is gonna check.
So as you guys head towards that trail, you like detour onto that trail. Brandon, your horse is just gonna follow the group.
Right, well, I guess we're going this way.
Yep. Okay, so you guys are heading down this trail. As I said, it's fairly overgrown. And Quentin, are you in the lead? Who's in the lead?
I'd kind of look at as we start to head towards it. I'd look at Drew's to see if he wants to take the lead. Otherwise, I'll lead on.
You go ahead.
Drew normally would take the lead, but he's still looking a little rough after conical slime of death. So
the sun is starting to set. You know that you could push through, and definitely after dusk, you could probably make it to town. You could also look for a camping spot. Like you would normally camp off the road anyway. Would you guys like to look for a place to spend the night?
It's been a long day.
I mean, we fought the goo and all, so.
All right.
Yeah, we can find a nice spot off this trail here.
Quentin, can you roll me a survival check, please?
Sure. Before I do that, noticing how rough Drew's looks and like the fact that he would normally take the lead and doesn't,
Yes.
he's gonna reach over and kind of like, probably not. It'd probably be more his bicep, less his shoulder, because he's a tall boy, and say, "You did some good work back there. I'm always glad that we travel together, and I'm going to cast Cure Wounds."
oh shit.
I forgot you had that. Yeah, excellent. So go ahead and roll for that.
That is a 6 plus 3.
Okay. So Druge
will
gets
take
9
it.
back. Yeah, that'll help. You still bloodied though?
No, actually, that takes me out of it.
Nice. Okay. Because when you're bloodied, you take disadvantage on some rolls, correct?
Not in this edition.
Ah. Old rules, go away. Okay, so Quentin, please roll me a survival check.
Okay.
Does anyone want to help him with this?
think it
Feeling
would be
slightly
much help.
better, Druge would, yeah.
Okay. So Quentin, go ahead and take advantage on this. Druge is taller than you, and he's pointing out
Randall,
places you can check out. Something like that. Does that sound okay, Druge? Would you be doing
Yeah.
something else?
No,
Okay.
that sums it up.
Sorry, I've been imagining things a lot for you guys. I apologize. I'll try and let you talk.
I did see Brandel say, I don't think it'd be much help.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yep.
I mean, I don't think I would be much help if I wanted to help. So like,
No, that's what, yeah.
It's not a beach.
It's not a beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're definitely a beach furbog.
I,
This is an
at
unusual
advantage, I
environment for
rolled
you.
a 14 and a 15.
Okay. Total?
So a total of 18.
Okay.
A plus 3 for 18.
So with Druge's help, you actually, there's a break off the trail, that like a fainter path, and Druge is able to see sort of a glint of water, and you make it over to an area that's tightly fenced in by trees, and you can all just squeeze into this little like cups of trees that's around a natural spring. And it's a little crowded, but you could hobble the horses outside of this little area, away from the road, and they'd be hidden by the stand of trees, and you guys could bed down in here, and it looks pretty safe for the night. All right,
Okay.
You guys do anything before you fall over and go to sleep?
I'd like to cast Unseen Servant to make my bedroll and set it up next to the warm, furry furbog.
Perfect. Okay.
Good.
Druge will take some of his iron spikes and hammer them into the ground just outside of camp and attach hunting traps to them just outside.
Got it. Like on the trail down or around the
Like
edges?
on the trail, yeah, like on the trail down towards the camp and on the trail away from the camp because he has two.
Do you warn anybody that you've done this?
No.
Good.
Like, Quentin is probably used to it by now, and he's not super
Yeah.
used to traveling with other people, so nope.
Okay.
Would
Does
like
anybody...
to take care of the horses as well. Just feed them
Right.
a little bit of whatever we got. And
Yeah, they're doing a really good job grazing. There's plenty of stuff for them to eat around here. Nice call out, and you take them in so they can drink from the spring before you.
Right.
So because I'm a giant dork, what hobbling means is you take a length of like rope or something, and you make like a short span of it, and you put it around the horse's front or back legs so they can't run away. But they can move around comfortably. They just can't make it very far, and then you can. And it's better to do that in a tree environment so they don't get like wrapped around a tree, because that's what horses do in the forest. So in the morning you'll have to go looking for them, but they shouldn't make it too far away.
Yeah. I think Quentin would use my last slot for the day to cast Cure Wounds on his puppy and see if it has any effect. It's like not
He's
to necessarily
not-
fully cure him, but more just like a nudge in a healthy direction.
You know how when dogs have like an infection, they can't tell you this, but like their ears
Right.
are a little droopier, and their eyes are like a little, like that inner lid is kind of over their eyes a little bit.
Yeah.
So you cast Cure Wounds on him, and his eyes brighten right up, and both of his ears stick straight up, and you realize he's got these huge bat ears.
Awesome.
And his tail goes up, and he shakes himself all over, and he sits down, and he looks very attentively at you, and he's definitely looking at all of your pockets. He's like, "Is there bacon here? Bacon here? Bacon here? Bacon here? Bacon here?" And so you can do a little bit of work with him tonight, and I'll say he's he no longer flinches when you reach for him. And he leans into your pets instead of sort of holding still and like waiting. Okay.
Okay. And so yeah, I'll work with him a little bit, and as we're kind of settling in, I'll tell the group I'll take first watch.
Okay. All right. Anybody else taking watches?
Yeah, sure. I'll take second.
Okay.
I will cast Alarm and designate my companions.
Do you include the dog in this?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Okay.
Harlock will remember that.
Remind me what alarm does. I'm used to it being like a tripwire.
It's like a 20-foot cube. So like where we're sleeping, if anything enters it larger than a tiny creature, I think,
Okay.
it sets off an audible alarm, like a handbell.
Okay.
I can designate, a bunch of creatures that I don't want to set off the alarm.
Okay.
Obviously,
That's your
the
companions.
creatures that are around.
And the dog. Got it.
And I'll also probably try identify on whatever I've got and get a better idea of it. But that's about it.
When you say whatever you've got, are you referring to your spoon?
I am referring to my spoon.
Also, who ended up with Brandon's spoon? Brandon, did you pull it up out of the dirt? Yeah, you did, because you said you were polishing it. Never mind. Okay, so, Harlock, you... So your spoon is absolutely as sharp as you think it is. You player mechanically wise know that it's a +1, and that
You've got it written as a +2, by the way.
I meant +2. Sorry, +2. You know that if there was no magic on it, you could probably still stab a dude with this. But with the magic that's on it, it's a weird manipulation of like folding time and space, and then folding it and folding it and folding it, folding it, folding it, folding it, folding, fold, until it's like a microcosm thin, and that has been sort of wrapped around the handle, and that's what's causing this extra sharpness.
So it's ridiculously good at stabbing.
Oh yeah, it's a very stabby spoon. In honor,
more knives, only spoons.
In honor of the phrase that is sitting on my desk for work, that is cross stitch, that says there are no more spoons left, only knives. I have a T-shirt that says it too. I think it says, yeah, something like that. Yeah, I designed all of these spoons after like me because it was my birthday. And I like to carry daggers and knives and stuff, and I used to joke about stabbing people a bunch, so don't joke about that, guys. You shouldn't do that, but in hindsight, it was funny. Okay, anybody else want to do anything before you go to sleep?
Yeah, seeing Harlock, I think I'm going to detect magic on my spoon, just be like,
Okay.
wonder if it has something.
Remind me what detect magic does, sorry.
I just learn. I see magic 30 feet around me. Like anything that's magic, it kind of like glows or something, I guess. But I can like use my action to know something. To know the school of magic of something specific.
Okay, so I have not been able to learn the School of Magics so far. So what I'm going to do is tell you an interesting thing about the magic of it.
Sure.
And if you feel really strongly about mapping it to a School of Magic, you have the best time.
I don't think I would know. I would have like concrete, specific knowledge of every school of magic, so it really doesn't matter.
Yeah,
If you really want to know, I can tell you.
Sure.
But...
Yeah, that's why my rules scholar is here. So, Brandel, you get the idea that this somehow manipulates like terrain, but you're not sure whether it manipulates you or the terrain.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
That. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Cool. Great. Anybody else do anything else before you go to sleep?
No.
Does that let you know that everybody else is now pinging with magic because
Oh
none
yeah.
of us really had magical
Oh,
items
I mean, I guess,
before.
yeah, I would see
Yeah.
the
So
spoons
everybody
glow.
has a spoon-shaped glow. I don't think it's distinct enough to be spoon-shaped, but
Okay, yeah.
everybody has at least one glowy spot on them at this point. I'm not
I mean,
remembering.
some people
Harlock,
have stuff, yeah.
yeah, Harlock glows faintly anyway.
Druge actually glows now.
Druge glows.
Before.
You're right.
It's my
Yeah.
personal charisma.
Yes, you're just so shiny. I think Relic probably is a bit shiny.
Mm,
Maybe because
oh,
you're a magic user, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, but as far as like objects go, I think right now it's mostly just the spoons.
Yeah,
Cool.
gotcha. We'll keep that in mind.
Other questions or concerns before you take a nap?
I'm going to bed.
Yeah, just lie
Just
down.
right to bed.
Okay. Before you all wake up in the morning, I have one question. Does anyone get up to go to the bathroom?
Well,
In the morning?
well,
Nope. Before morning comes,
Before morning.
does anybody get up to go to the bathroom?
I wonder why you were asking this.
well, while Quentin's on his first watch, he's gonna
Yeah,
try.
I would say probably on my watch I would get up too.
Sorry,
Well,
Quentin, you were saying?
Yeah, he's gonna keep an eye out for like any small creatures of the night or like anything he could like, without going too far from camp, maybe try and snag or hunt to maybe get some fresher meat or more live prey for his puppy.
I don't know what's out at night.
Rats.
Gross.
Cats,
Different types of birds,
owls.
weasels.
I think you'd probably have to, because like the area around you is going to be pretty absent of animals because there are people there.
Sure.
So you'd probably have to range around for that.
Okay.
Okay. So no one's answered my question. Does anyone go to the restroom before you wake up in the morning?
I probably would go if I was going to take second watch, so.
Okay. Druge, what happens if somebody comes near one of your traps?
If they step on the plate that triggers it, it is a DC 13 Dex save.
Okay, I'm gonna have you roll one Dex check to see if you are go close enough to walk through it, and then we'll see what happens. So roll me a Dex check.
That is 14. It's a check. Would it
Yes,
just
a check.
add my
Not a
dex
save,
mod?
just a
That'd
check.
be 16.
Okay. So Druge, I believe that he avoids it narrowly.
Yeah, that seems correct.
Okay. So Brandel, you make it off to go to the bathroom and you make it back. Anybody else?
If Relic had to get up to use the bathroom, he would not leave camp.
It's a special boot he keeps in his
I
backpack.
think Harlock would probably sleep through the evening.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Druge is out.
All right. So we are going to take a real world break. It'll be a 5-minute break. I will mute the players' microphones, and if you would rather the internet not see what you are saying into your microphones, make sure you mute them physically, because I will stay here and answer any questions anybody has and talk about dice for a little bit. So we will begin gameplay right at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Go do bio stuff, folks. Thanks. Yeah. Stream. Do you have any questions or concerns or thoughts you want to share? While you're thinking about that, you'll notice in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, it says Diceomancer, and that is that means that I really like dice and that that I can rule the world with them. And one of my favorite dice makers is Level Up Dice. So I primarily use their dice. They're weighted correctly and they're gorgeous. And so that makes them a lot of fun to use for me. I like to think of this as, did you ever collect rocks when you were a little kid? Well, now you can collect rocks as an adult. They are shiny math rocks. if you're interested in taking a look at their website, there is actually a link underneath this lovely video. Matches that icon you see in the right-hand corner of the screen. Just click on that and it'll take you right to their site. I can answer some questions about dice. I don't know everything, but I know a bit. If you guys have any questions about them, or questions on the game, or just anything else, ask me anything. Tara, my service dog, is asleep next to me, and she does this thing where she buries her nose in like whatever, like pillow or blanket or like in my hoodies hanging over the back of the couch, and she has buried her nose underneath the hoodie, and so like you can just see her ear twitching in her sleep. It's super cute. Okay, I'm gonna eat M&Ms if no one's gonna ask me any questions. I know I need a dog cam. Webcams are so friggin' expensive right now, though. They're ridiculously expensive. I wish I could give these to you. Right when the COVID stuff kicked in, I complained about the likelihood of being able to buy chocolate, and my very intelligent husband immediately ordered like a giant box of every kind of chocolate that he's ever heard me say that I liked. Smart man. Yeah, but like the webcam I'm using was like $60. I think when Luth bought it, I know, he's the sweetest human. And they can't hear you because we're not back yet. Yeah, it was $60. But now it's like, what, like 200? It's ridiculous. See, I don't have coffee. I'm getting to a place where I'm tempted to order Starbucks to go. I know it's ridiculous. I'm very upset about it because I wanted to buy this cam I stole from my husband. He's being very nice about it. And I wanted to order another one to replace his and to do a dog cam. Cotton candy machine? Oh, that's just like air spun sugar, right? She said, eating mouthfuls of sugar. Yeah, I don't have coffee. I've been thinking about ordering it from Starbucks and having my husband go through a ridiculous, like, pour it into another, like, cup, and then me using a different straw. Oh, I have 7 viewers! That's my favorite number, because I am like 7 Spoon. So, I mean, I would, of course, enjoy more viewers, but whenever a 7 shows up, I just feel particularly excited. You can... So, John the blacksmith, who is the one who bought the cotton candy for his wife, says you can also use hard sugar-free candy, and it magically turns it into cotton candy? Hard sugar-free candy. What is the point of sugar-free candy? To each his own, but no. I am making a no face. Jelly asks Wordman, do you like eating chocolate? And Wordman responds to Jelly that yes. Apparently, Wordman does like eating chocolate. That's nice. Wordman is playing Brandel this evening. Lifesavers and Jolly Ranchers make excellent cotton candy, but those aren't sugar-free. Wait, John the Blacksmith. Jolly Ranchers are sugar-free? Oh, but do they taste the same as you buy the sugar-free ones, but do they taste the same as like regular Flavor Foam? Tyler, what is Flavor Foam? Do I want to know what that is? It's not so Tech Soup, who's playing Druge this evening, just said they taste the same if you close your eyes, and I disagree. And Jelly, yes, you have to share with anybody. Chocolate is always a sharing thing. Tyler says, I'm trying to figure out what hard candies turned into cotton candy would be like. So, John the Blacksmith, when you do that, when you turn hard candy into cotton candy, is it just like the cotton candy you get at like a fair? John the Blacksmith says the sugar-free Jolly Ranchers taste great as cotton candy. It's a bit of a strong flavor compared to homemade flavored sugar. Well, this chat has turned very interesting. Bit of a stronger flavor, he says. That's all right. Well, Jelly says, I have cocoa balls here. I'm probably going to make chocolate candies later. They're called brigadeiros. Did I mangle the pronunciation of that? That sounds delicious, and I would like that, please. John the Blacksmith says, they melt instantly and become spun sugar. Interesting. Tyler thinks that's neat. We posted my streaming schedule, which will need an addition. Actually, we don't stream Shift on Mondays. That's probably misleading. I do play D&D on Mondays with another group of humans. We don't stream it because I don't have to stream everything in my life. Treasure Tuesdays is streamed, and then I am starting up a new third campaign from the very beginning. We're going to do Session 0, streamed live, actually with Tyler Moonsage, who's in that campaign, and I think we're starting this Saturday. So, Jelly says the thing that they are making is very sweet. It's chocolate and milk and butter and more chocolate. Oh, that sounds amazing. I want you to send that to me right now. And yeah, Wordman, more D&D, because... So, back when I played Shadowrun, and I had a friend over who played a bunch of D&D, he told me he was in 7 games, and I was like, dude. And I was like, why would you, how? Or do you? And he explained how he does this. And I was like, man, if I ever get into D&D, I will run 1 game, and I will maybe play in another, and that'll be it. Well, I'm here to tell you that that's a complete lie, and if you play D&D, it will consume your life, but only in the best possible ways. So do it. Tyler says, woo, yes. John the Blacksmith says, we are figuring out our schedule, but we should start streaming our game sessions too, thanks to your help getting set up. Aw, I'm glad I was helpful. When are you streaming? Please don't say Monday, Tuesday, or Saturday so that I can watch. Or Friday. Don't do Friday either. Jelly says, when we meet, I'll make some for you guys. Oh my god, you should absolutely come visit. That would be so much fun. That would be a lot of fun. We would have a hell of a lot of fun. Do you like board games, by the way? D&D is fun. I get to be a Chihuahua. That's true. Jelly played one of my favorite Chihuahua versions. Actually, everyone who's played the Chihuahua has been a really good dog. Actually, everyone's just been a really good dog in my Dungeons & Doggos games. John the Blacksmith will be streaming likely Saturday or Sunday. Well, let us know when you're streaming, and we can call it out the next time I am streaming. Happy to do that. Hopefully your games are fun. Just teasing. And Jelly loves board games, but sucks at chess. Okay, you have to play the Duke with me, which is a board game that is like chess, only better. And we can play it digitally. Yeah, so I cheat and use a bunch of webcams to make it work. But yes, I have figured out how to play it digitally, and it is just as much fun, damn it. Oh my god, please everybody play the Duke with me. All of you ping me on Discord that know me personally, and I will play the Duke with you, and I am very excited. Now, I don't know what POG means, Jelly. Oh, it means awesome. I do know what POG means. Yes, John the Blacksmith, aim for Sunday. That will be great. Okay, we should probably go back to the game now, so I'm going to unmute my humans. I have referred to them as the minions in my mixer, so there's that. All right, you all took a break. Thank you, John the Blacksmith, for joining us. Have fun with your farm chores. I enjoyed having you here. We'll see you next time. Okay, are all of you ready to get started again? You've got dice, character sheet, and liquids of choice. Everybody's gone to the bathroom, that kind of thing?
Yes.
All right, Here we go. She said, not being able to
Just
open
for
her
reference, we do not have a Quentin or a...
Yeah, I was going to say, is it just 4 of us in the call right now?
Did he drop out of the Discord? He did. Oh, we don't have Relic either. That's fun. All right, we can't get started. I will continue to answer questions until everybody returns. Luth, who is playing Quentin tonight, is probably handling our puppy. She's not feeling quite herself, and so we're making sure she has lots of bathroom breaks, and she tends to wander. I have no excuses for Relic, though. Luth is my husband, that's why I know what he's doing. Not that I stalk him or anything. We just live in the same house. That's all. I promise. I don't stalk my husband. This is just getting worse. I was about to say I just love him very much. It's... I really enjoy that we spent our break talking about sugar and candy. That's fun for me.
That's some brand identity for you.
I know. Like, I always have candy. I regularly am trying to get people to eat candy at my house, and I actually had somebody in one of my games once be like, "Can you not put candy on the table because I will eat all of it?" And I'm like, "You can do that," and they're like, "No, I don't want to, so help me." And so I stopped doing it for a D&D game, but it was so hard. Any other snacks people like to have at their table?
I had ice cream.
I am so jealous you have ice cream. I don't think that's fair.
Cheese often shows up.
I mean, to be fair, I'm out, so like.
Cheese is delicious. You know, I haven't had cheese in a while either.
Yeah, I like cheese.
I should add that to my grocery list. Currently, because I'm autoimmune compromised, I have two friends that are doing our grocery shopping for us. Because we are worried about Luth going out and bringing something home. And so they very heroically brave the grocery stores as safely as they can. And then they leave stuff on they leave the bags on our front porch. And they text us so we can go out and grab it so things don't spoil or get taken. And Luth has a very complicated quarantine system to make sure that there's no way that anything can come into contact with me. And it's probably the sweetest thing anyone's ever done for me, this group of people that are trying very hard to keep me alive. So I appreciate you. I was just talking about your quarantine system and the friends we have that are grocery shopping for us.
Yeah. My quarantine system is very high-end and developed. It's cardboard boxes with black marker with numbers.
Yes, but you keep track of it all, and that's the important thing.
I put the so I put the boxes in so if anybody wants to follow the same thing, I just in the calendar event I put like box 1 quarantine, and then that event lasts for 3 days, so I can keep track of what's where.
Yes, and it spams up my calendar, and it's
no,
not
I put it on my
all.
own calendar because you complained about it.
That's true. Yeah, Tyler, it is incredible, and he also. This is the most incredible thing. All right, guys, I will say this, and then we'll get back to the game because everybody's here. The most incredible thing is things will get delivered to us and they'll be brought into the house and I'll know it's been delivered because I have a delivery notification thing and I'll want it. And Luth will still quarantine it from me and he puts up with my pathetic but I want it face. That's the most incredible thing is he's able to survive that without murdering me, basically.
Unless it's dice or dice faults, in which case.
Well, we know we have personal relationships with those companies and we know exactly how they package them and we're able to trust that they're not going to like lick all of the dice or dice vaults before they give them to us. So.
Hey, you're not supposed to tell anybody about that deal, Justice. That's our secret.
The caged brass that just came in.
My caged brass just came in? Is that what you just said?
No,
the one
mine.
that Luke just got.
That's our secret. Shh.
I want my caged brass.
They're so good. They rolled so well for me on Monday.
They're my birthday dice. I want them so badly. Okay, we're gonna play the game now.
I think we fixed Relic's captions, by the way.
We fixed Relic's caption. Oh, did you guys go off and fix that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tyler says, can't speak for not licking dice for everyone here. Some of my dice do look like candy. I'm not gonna lie.
Do not munch.
Like, go check out Level Up Dice's website. Like, some of them look like. I think they even have a line of dice that have candy in the name. Like
somebody said candy floss, and I can't get it out of my head.
Rock candy.
Rock candy.
That's what it is.
Yeah, they look like rock candy, and I can't buy any because I will probably try and eat them in one of my weird fugue states. You don't know. You're not the boss of me. All the time.
Sometimes I am.
Shh. Okay. We are back in the game. You all have dice, you all have character sheets, you all have liquids, and you've all taken a nice bio break, correct?
More or less.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Special boots and all.
Yep. Boots. Butts. Okay. You wake up in the morning. None of you have been murdered. What do you do next? Yes, butts.
Since I spent the entire night, I'd probably immediately take a potty break.
Sure. Okay. I need you to roll a dex check, please.
You said immediately.
He sure did.
Ooh, that's an 18.
Okay.
Ooh.
Druge, I believe that Harlech avoids your trap.
Sure does.
Okay. Just checking. Yay, butts. Yes. Okay, so you use the restroom, you come back. What are the rest of you doing? Oh, and take a long rest on all of your sheets, please.
Oh, right.
Right, I forgot. Thank you.
Yeah. So I find I have to remind my players that sometimes. I was playing with somebody once and
Long rest confirmed.
they walked into a combat and I did like 10 damage and they were like, "Oh, I'm dead." And I was like, "Wait,
Wait a minute.
why?" And they hadn't taken a long rest and it was very distressing for that player, so I try and remind people. And then other players remind me. Yeah. Okay. So you all took a long rest, which I'm writing down
Yes.
to remind Marthala. All right. Any other? I'm so sorry. I have the hiccups. Any other morning things that you guys are doing today?
Druge will retrieve the hunting traps.
I don't think I have much shit to pick up, so let's go.
I will summon my unseen servant to pack up my stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's on brand.
My usual morning reading, probably some coffee, which involves the whole portent stuff.
Mm-hmm. Can you remind our viewers what you're referring to with the portent stuff?
So, in the morning, Harlech will go through his notes, through his books, etc., and kind of just flip through here and there, and that will kind of piece together into some future impression of like things that will get adjusted.
That's interesting.
Partially formed in my brain, but it's the basic idea.
Tyler says, "Ooh, he's a bibliomancer."
I mean, it fits.
It does fit Harlech quite well. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I was Harlech in another life.
Another life or this life?
Shut up.
I can't with a call out. Wow.
Another life because Harlech's a boy and I'm a girl right now.
Oh, I just meant about the books.
I see.
Tyler says a form of divination, lol. Okay.
Which, yes, is accurate.
Yes, that is accurate. Yeah.
So before we start leaving camp, would we have any indication of anything we'd be looking for on this trail? What Druge and I are aware of?
So you and Druge are...
I know how to ask that.
Oh, yeah, I don't know how to answer that on stream.
Let me ask it this way. We're looking for something specific as we travel.
Yep.
Are we able to find it?
You're used to looking for things like this.
Yep.
I'm going to ask you to make a series of survival checks, and then we'll find out.
Okay.
So
you want to bounce back and forth, Druge?
Yeah, so as you get started, Druge is probably feeling all better.
Yep.
And you said you normally take point. You want to do that?
I super do.
Brandon, I assume we take care of the horses and stuff before you head out, yes? You called that out
Yep.
earlier? Okay.
Can I, as Druge is doing that, sorry, Relic, also cast Detect Magic to help him?
To help Druge?
Yeah, as he's making his checks.
Oh, that's interesting.
As it turns out, you don't need to.
Never mind then.
Relic, were you going to say anything else?
Just that I used my unseen servant since I had already cast it to get myself on the horse rather than
Perfect.
debase
Perfect.
myself.
That is very on brand for you. I enjoy that. Okay.
How smug do you look as you do it?
Very.
Very smug. And Druge, what was that survival check?
Oh, let me actually roll that right now. 21.
Okay.
21.
So so the way I'm gonna story this is as you guys are moving along, Druge, you point out to Quentin a couple of signs that someone else has moved here through here recently. Sort of depressed footprints, snags on pieces of on trees and things. So you make it back to the road and you're moving along. You know that it's going to take about a full day to get all the way to Phantom from here, or back to the main road into Phantom from here. What are you guys doing as you walk along? You're just hanging out, throwing rocks at birds, singing.
Identifying local flora and fauna.
Okay.
Probably audible.
Yeah, I'm probably just looking around, just like seeing what's up.
I am plodding along on my horse and being decidedly less talky than usual.
Okay.
How accurate is Harlick about describing the local flora and fauna?
Harlick, please roll me an intelligence check. Or
Do you
history.
want to make it survival?
Yeah, let's make it survival.
That's a 14.
I will say that he's pretty on point. But he's not able to get like all the scientific names of each thing he's calling out.
I'm just making sure he doesn't do anything that Druge needs to correct.
Fair enough. I don't think he does.
Great. Carry on.
Probably not blatantly claiming something's delicious that's actually poisonous.
Right.
Yep.
Speaking of,
I was waiting for the natural one there.
It would have been entertaining. Yes.
Yes. I went on a long story. I'll tell you later. Okay.
Quentin would be, of course, looking out for the same thing him and Druge are looking for, but also partially his cover and partially true, trying to keep an eye out again for any game, even if that means kind of stalking ahead.
Oh,
again, to try and get his
sorry,
stuff
I meant to
extra.
ask. Druge, are your traps meant to catch game as well?
They are more specifically for game, but I mean, if humanoids step in them, then
Yeah. So
they're basically like mini bear traps.
I meant to tell you that both traps had a rabbit in them.
Oh, great.
And Quentin, you're more distracted by your dog, like keeping him in line and
Yep.
training him a little bit. But go ahead and roll me a survival check.
Okay. I probably would have, if Druge didn't mind, I probably would have fed him one of those rabbits, but then kept one to kind of like use as bait and training throughout the day and kind of piece it out.
He inhales it so fast that you're worried about him, and he does look like he's gonna throw up a couple times, but he keeps it down, and his belly is round. Like he's got a cute little pot belly. It is probably the cutest thing you've ever seen. And his ears are still sticking straight up. And they do this. Like they're like little radars. It's adorable.
Great.
You gotta name this dog because I love it. And
He hasn't told me yet.
I don't want to kill it. So name it.
Wow.
I know. Please don't get this dog killed. I'll be very upset. He reminds me a lot of some friend of ours dog that used to live in Maine.
It's okay. I have solutions if it happens.
Okay. Okay, so you're walking along. What was your survival check, you said?
It was, I don't think I've said, it was a 14 total.
Okay. So you're seeing some more signs. Druge had pointed out a particular thread that was caught on a branch, and you're seeing another snag of that and another familiar boot print. And the boot prints are heavier. The ones that you're sort of looking for are a little bit heavier, indicating they're carrying something. Okay.
And does my detect magic give me anything for that?
What's the range on that?
It is 30 feet, and it lasts for about 10 minutes concentration.
No.
So I probably would have waited for maybe like a few minutes after Druge was looking around.
No, you do not.
Okay, fair
so
enough.
you guys move along. Feel free to jump in and call it anything you want to say that you did. I want to give you guys room to build character stuff, but I'll keep pushing us forward. Druge, go ahead and roll me another survival check. You guys are going to be doing this both to look for what you're doing, and the trail gets a little faint every now and then, so you have to like cast around to.
Hey, excuse you. Sorry.
That's okay. To figure out like how to stay on track. Druge?
Drew's is pretty good at this. That is a dirty 20.
Nice. Okay, so you're definitely still going in the right direction. You catch another boot print that you're pretty sure is a thing you want to follow at this point. Again, jump in if you want to say you're doing anything while we're doing this. And I'll ask for another survival check from Quentin.
Sorry. I will use my other die for this one. Ooh, that is a 18.
Okay. So off to the side of the of this trail that you're on, you actually catch sight of a box. It looks like it's rolled off the trail down like a little hill and snagged in a bush.
Huh.
So Quentin will kind of cough to Druge and kind of nod that direction, subtly, and then to the group will say, I think I see another rabbit down this way. I'll be just a minute, and I'll take off down that hill.
Since I am up on this horse instead of 3 feet off the ground, can I see this box snagged in the brushes?
Roll me a survival check.
That is a dirty 20.
Yeah, you see the box in the bush.
And it's obvious that Quentin is going to go check the box in the bush.
I think it becomes obvious when he goes to the bush and is...
Checking in the box.
Yeah.
What's in the box?
No.
Oi, mate. I think you lied. There's no rabbit. What's in that box there?
A rabbit.
Oh,
He
shit.
doesn't even look up.
So the box is actually locked.
Yeah, rabbits, wait, am I muted? No, I'm not.
Nope.
Rabbits, rabbit's a slang term. I wasn't lying. And, can I...
Roll a
Kinda
deception.
looks side to side, like,
Right, right.
not pulling this off.
Roll a deception or a performance check, one or the other.
I think it's a deception check, I'm sure. Ooh,
Yeah.
that
Try and beat
is
that deception on
dirty 20.
me.
Relic, you don't want to make it like you've never heard of this, but you don't want anyone to know you've never heard of a possible slang term. And so you don't know whether it is or it isn't. But you don't want anyone else to think you don't know it.
Oh, right. Yeah, rabbit. Well, what kind of rabbit? There's lots of different, definitions of the rabbit. I mean, I've caught a rabbit or two in my day, if you know what I mean.
Well, just like a real rabbit, you don't know until you open it up. And is this box small enough I can get it back up the hill, or am I going to need your just help with this?
No, you can get it back up the hill. Okay, so you bring it back up the hill.
Yep. Sorry, I was switching headset to take the dog out.
It looks like it's about the size of a bread box. Inside joke. So it's maybe a foot square, but it's got a lid, like a hinged lid and a lock on the front. Does anyone want to try and open it?
Is Quentin going to allow anybody to look at it?
Yeah,
Yep.
sorry, I was fumbling to get to the mute button. I think Quentin would try and give it an open.
You would need to use thieves' tools to get it open. Does anyone have
Oh,
those?
good question.
I can look at your sheet for you if you want.
Yes, please.
Give me a second. Does anybody else have thieves' tools?
I I do.
Sure as shit don't.
I definitely picked a lock in the very first dungeon we were in, but I don't seem to have thieves' tools.
I'm gonna walk up to
So-
Quentin and give him
Hang on. Hang on. Everybody hang on.
does he
So,
have?
hang on. Give me 1 second. I'm not there yet. I forgot to pull up all your sheets ahead of time.
Cool.
So, Relic, sometimes you need thieves' tools and sometimes you don't. It depends. And this time you did. That time you did not. I don't want digital dice. Let's see. Equipment
It's a
for
pretty
Quentin.
cool add-on, though. I'm just saying.
You know what? I will think it's a pretty cool add-on when they start building features with screen readers enabled at the beginning, not as an afterthought. So until they do that,
That's fair.
all of their new shit is bullshit, because that community has given them lots of feedback, and they're working with companies to do that. And the fact that they released another new feature that wasn't screen reader available made me angry today. So no, it's not cool.
Are there any thieves' tools under that soapbox? Maybe.
I'm not seeing any thieves' tools under that. What
I
box?
do not have thieves' tools. I was making a joke.
Jokes.
Oh.
Jokes. You're hilarious.
Very.
Yeah, okay, so he doesn't have thieves' tools. Brandel, you walk up and hand them to him.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I'll give him mine.
So he's probably like squatted down, like trying to like jimmy it with like a knife or something, and it's clearly not working.
Yeah.
How proficient are you with these?
Yeah, just walk up and hand them out.
Hang on, though.
Question?
Hang on, though. If Quentin doesn't have thieves' tools, is he going to be able to use them? Would it make more sense to let Brandel do this?
Well, it depends on who's proficient with them. Like, you can
Yeah,
still
I
use
don't.
them.
Am I proficient with them?
I do not believe I am proficient with them, as I can see on my phone. I can't quite see the full sheet, but
Let me take a look. Oh, see, Tyler is also angry about that dice feature and has thoughts and feels, so I'm not alone in this. And I don't even need
No,
the
I'm
screen reader
not super
capability.
pleased with it either.
Yeah, D&D Beyond, fix your shit.
oh wait, my proficiencies.
Tech Soup, I don't know how to tell
no,
if you're...
I am not proficient in thieves' tools.
How do you tell that?
It's under
bottom
proficiencies
left.
in languages.
Oh. You're proficient with a drum.
Yep.
That's fun.
I've had plenty of practice.
Is
So
Brandel
if
proficient?
Brandel's gonna, he hands the thieves' tools over to Quentin. Quentin will kind of like, oh thanks, and kind of look at him and like
Brandel is
look up
proficient with them.
sheepishly at Brandel and kind of hand
I
it back and be like, why don't these are yours? I don't want to take another man's tools. Why don't you give it a shot? Oh, but let me check it for traps first.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
I am making a rueful face at the camera.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to get a dog to go to the bathroom and didn't.
Would you like me to roll for you?
Yes, please. Wait, can I have Druge roll for me?
Yes.
Sorry.
Oh, that seems like a poor life choice. These are all Druge dice. I can't tell you what'll happen rolling for Quentin.
I'll just put my super cool.
Wait, no, because you have
die.
the same caged brass dice I do. You can roll one of those.
Titanium.
No, those are not Druge dice. Those are not out tonight.
Titanium flame touch titanium die back in its cute little case.
Wow.
Because you.
Your birthday was last week.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Somebody roll for me, please.
Okay, I got it. You'll have to let me know what his investigation is.
I can do that.
Assuming that's what we're using.
Yeah.
Perfect. That is a 10 plus whatever his investigation is.
Plus 2.
12. You're pretty sure it doesn't have any traps.
So Quentin will kind of like stand up and like do that thing where he kind of looks side to side a little bit. He's like, yeah, it looks pretty good. Go for it.
Okay. Brandel, would you like to...
What do I roll?
You were going to roll
Dexterity.
dexterity.
D20.
Yeah, yes, dexterity. Using... And then...
Is it sleight of hand?
No, it's...
No, it's
Is it just
straight
straight
dex,
dex?
and you
Okay.
get to add your proficiency bonus for being
Got it.
proficient with
Yes.
these.
So
was
plus 2 plus, what's my proficiency plus 2? So plus 4, so 16.
Okay. Yes, with a 16, you do pop that lock open. It does take you a
Nice.
minute. It's like this thing has been rained on, so it started rusting a little bit. But once you scrape out a bit in there, it snaps right open. And inside you find 10 vials. 5 of them have clear water, clear liquid in them, and 5 of them have a milkier liquid.
I don't know if I wanna.
Go ahead and drink one of those, mate. See what they taste
Sorry,
like.
I skipped there for a bit. 5 have a clear liquid and 5 have what?
Milkier liquid, like a more viscous, like cloudier color.
What color were the materials we got for the water breathing potions?
Green.
I mean, there were
So, okay.
Yeah. It was like dried
And he
green
didn't give
herbs.
us any indication of what color the final potion is, did he?
No.
Or that we would know? Okay.
No.
Are do the vials have like a cap or something?
They do. They are not labeled though. Does anyone want to investigate them?
Yeah, we'll like try to open one of the clear ones.
Okay.
Like smell it or something. I don't know.
Doesn't
I
have
would
a.
smell
That's a good idea.
It doesn't have a particular smell.
Weird taste.
You want to try it?
No, you taste it. I can attempt to persuade him to taste it.
You can
or
try
charm
and,
him into a pit.
You can try and persuade him to taste it. Yeah. You're probably gonna have better luck casting Arcana on this.
That is irrelevant.
Fair enough. I just thought I would say it out loud.
That is a 19.
Oh boy.
Brandel, he just the way he's like selling this, like obviously you should taste it.
Now,
I don't know if there's anything else we can do, really.
There's no other course of action.
Next to the chest and was trying to find this. Can I try and stop him from drinking the quarry I've been chasing?
Will you?
I think he's just gonna.
Okay,
No.
fair enough.
I'm gonna
That's why I asked.
drop a little bit on my finger, and then I'm gonna put my finger in my mouth.
It doesn't appear to have any taste.
No,
Does it have any effect?
Not that I can tell.
You wait for a minute. There's a slight burning sensation, but other than that, no.
It's rubbish. It's probably just
Haven't
bad
you ever
water.
heard of
It's a
poisonous
little
rabbits?
spicy.
And kind of like try and take the vials back away from him and like, pull them up in the box.
Taste the other one.
Tyler says that they say, I love these guys. I love these goofballs. Strange liquids on the road? ? There's no other choice but to taste them, and no other choice has capital letters. You guys are goofballs. Okay. Relic's trying to get you to taste the other one. Are you just gonna do it, or should we roll another persuasion check? And for the love of God, Harlick, are you gonna stick your nose in here like you normally do?
Actually, I was going to say that Harlick is probably practicing spells off to the side, not super paying attention to what people are doing.
Oh, you're killing
But
me,
I
bro.
mean, if somebody asks, yes.
All right, fair enough. Brandel, you trying the other one?
Sure. I will. I mean, how many do we have of each?
5 of each.
5 of each. Okay. Yeah, sure. I'll open one of the milky ones and smell it.
It's got a musty smell.
Like a wet fur bog.
Yeah.
Been sitting on the beach.
More like wet wool. So similar, but not quite. And it's faint.
You go ahead and give that a taste. In for $1, in for a pound, or whatever it is.
I'll put like a drop on my finger and then put it in my mouth.
It doesn't taste great. Like it makes you be like it. It's not really sour. It's just sort of brackish.
Yeah, not this one.
It doesn't seem to do anything though.
It just tastes bad. Nothing else.
Must be duds.
Drew, give me a hand here. Come on, guys. Like trying to grab him away.
I think as Drew's just watching this happen, he kind of unconsciously casts Detect Magic.
Okay. 5 of the vials are holy water, and 5 of them are an anti-venom of some kind. Antitoxin. The box that they're in is made of a fairly thin wood. It seems to be more decorative, but the inside, the vials are nestled into like a plush fabric. It's gotten wet, so the fabric is like discolored and sort of weirdly mushy and kind of smells moldy. But other than that, the glass seems unharmed.
That's the next thing I was going to take a look at, is see if I could figure anything out from the box to see who left it or where it was maybe intended to go.
Well, this is a decent indication that you are on the right track.
Yeah, I think as he's watching this happen, like one of the tusks, the runes will light up and start glowing green. The other one will start glowing red, and I don't think he notices right away. He's just kind of watching this happen as they play with the two different color vials.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, I like that.
Is Christmas? What's going on here?
What's Christmas?
Don't you mean Life Day?
What?
Yeah, so Relic has called out to Druge that your tusks are weird colors.
Oi, mate, you're glowing again.
Oh. And he will slowly start to turn away from the box, and the tusks will slowly turn off.
Yep. Actually,
It's fucking weird, mate.
yeah,
Might
so
want to get that checked out.
Quentin, roll me another survival check.
Okay. That's another 15 plus 2. 17.
So as the box is being unlocked, you sort of stand up and you're watching them do this, and you realize that this might be an indication of what you're looking for. So you start looking around, and the trail you've been walking along is mostly in the woods, but every now and then a big outcropping of rock will appear. And there's one up the trail, and you realize that you've stepped off the trail a bit to fiddle with the box, and you're at just the right angle to see that there's a crack in the rock that it looks like it might widen out.
Okay. So I'll kind of try and sneak off in that direction while they're fuddling over the potions.
Roll me a stealth check. What's everybody's passive perception?
Oh, snap.
13.
Also 13.
12.
Y'all don't see shit. That's 19.
Okay, you managed to sneak off towards the cave. So it does end up being a cave. As you have to come at it by getting back up on the trail, and when you get back on the trail and you head straight towards it, you know what you're looking for. You don't see the crack at all. It just looks like rock overlapping. And so you get off the trail and you go to where you thought you saw the crack, and when you get to the right angle, you realize it does wrap into a cave. And so you head in there, and it's a neat space with like a sandy dirt floor. It's small. It has space for maybe 10 or 15 like stacked boxes. It's got a very low roof, but there's nothing in it except for a tipped over basket.
Starting at the basket, I'd take a look around, see if I can find anything, be it items or clues.
So when you pick up the basket, you see a fist-sized glass ball that has a blue button on top.
Oh, good. I don't touch it right away. I try to see if I can figure anything out about it.
Yeah, it's nestled in that basket.
It's in the basket? Oh, okay. And how big is this basket?
About the size of your head.
Okay. Is this like a woven basket? Could I kind of like pick it up and like fold it over on itself and tuck it away in my pack? Or...
Oh no, it's not foldable like that, but it is
Okay.
is woven like woven leaf, like broad leaves.
Interesting. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I could put that in. I don't really want to touch it quite yet. Yeah. You said how big is that ball? Sorry.
Fist-sized.
Fist-sized. And how big is the bowl of my spoon?
Not fist-sized.
So I couldn't do like an egg race, like pick it up and balance it to put it into my pack or anything?
You could try, but I'm going to need you to make a dex check, and I will warn you
And you
that
said it's a
going to
glass
have
ball?
a very high... Yes, it is a glass ball.
I'm not going to risk it. I'm just going to pick up the basket and try and squirrel it away as much as I can in my pack.
Yeah, I'm just going to let you do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you rearrange things so that it gets in there, and you stack things around it, and it just sort of fits in. Okay.
Cool. I'll head back to the... do I see anything else in the cave?
No, it's completely bare otherwise.
Okay. Totally stripped down and no other tunnels.
Yeah, there's no other... Like, it's very clearly... Like, you check all the angles, and the outcropping wasn't that big, so if anything, you would expect it to go underground, and you don't see anything like that.
And there's no thieves' cant messages, so...
Nope.
I think I might leave one, though, in thieves' cant on the wall.
Okay.
And it'll just say... got package, spot still safe.
Curious.
Okay. Now I'm going to need you to roll another stealth check to get back to the group without alerting them that you were gone.
Okay. That is, curiously, another 19.
Okay.
I have alternated my dice.
I know.
And I keep rolling 15.
I looked at the camera suspiciously for those that were wondering why he said I rotated my dice. Okay, so yeah, you make it back to the group as Druge is doing the tusk thing, and you get back in time to see them light up. What else? What happens? What do you do next?
I'll kind of like look at Druge as because he's turning away. Is he turning towards me when he's turning away from the chest?
No.
Okay. So I'll kind of walk up to him and kind of, reach over my shoulder and tap my back like I'm itching my neck, but at an angle where he can see I'm tapping my backpack. And say, we better get going if we want to make it to town before nightfall.
I don't know that Druge is paying a ton of attention to Quentin right
Fair enough.
Considering his tusks are glowing and he's not quite sure why.
That'll get a weird look, but won't say anything.
But if Quentin starts walking, he will follow after him.
Yep.
Okay. I have a quick question. We started a little late. Are you guys willing to go 10 or 15 minutes later, or would you like to end right on time?
It's fine.
I have no preference.
Okay.
Later works for me.
All right. So do you guys... Who takes the vials?
It's a chest, right?
Yep.
Why don't you just slap him on the back of this here horse?
Well, that horse doesn't have a saddle on it. It just has a bridle. And reins. So
I
there's...
do
In
have
that case-
50 feet of rope.
I understand that, but you're not going to be able to tie a box to a horse. That's not going to work.
Now without
Tie it to its tail and let it drag it.
Nope.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that. Druge, do you think you've got room in your pack to carry this itty bitty little box?
It is not itty bitty.
I know that, but he's huge.
But yeah, neither is Drew.
That's true. Fair enough.
Yeah, Rouge is used to being the pack mule, so I guess he can figure somewhere to put the box. Otherwise, he can just carry it under an arm or in the trunk.
Okay.
This and like Drew should know
Put it
that
in the
this was
trunk.
more of an attempt to get it away from Relic rather than use him as manual labor.
I don't know that Drew does know that right now. He
Fair
is
enough.
otherwise occupied.
He was
Druge
in his
is-
right mind.
Druge is a little bit distracted at the moment.
Hey, that works.
All right, so you guys continue down the road. Harlick, Brandel, Relic, you guys doing anything?
Yeah, just look around, see if there's any, like, I don't know, cool things.
Okay.
Any weird animals or something.
So you
I
guys
will
walk.
pull out
Ooh, sorry. Go
my
ahead.
lyre. I'll pull out my lyre and start strumming a tune on it.
Nice.
Ooh.
I'm gonna sing.
Aw, okay.
You're not actually gonna sing?
No.
Okay.
Druge will, after that goes on for a while, start a low trumpeting through through the trunk to accompany the lyre.
As that starts up, Quentin will kind of reach down to his hip where he keeps that drum to calm Druge down and kind of beat along with it.
Oh boy.
Got a band going, mates. Why don't we do this at the end? You know what? Next time I go out on a little church mission, maybe I'll bring you lads along. We'll just start up a little chorus, set up a collection plate.
And Quentin will just kind of chuckle and keep playing along.
And you guys are keeping this fairly quiet, right?
Yeah, it's, well, on Druge's part, it's not super loud. I don't know what anyone else is doing.
Yeah, I'm not playing metal lyres.
Yeah.
But I want that now.
Yeah.
Harlock is nose and book, occasionally trying to cast things off to the side of the road to see if they work. So
Okay.
you'll hear Abracadabra, no. Excelsior, no.
Okay. So you guys walk. You get to about the middle of the afternoon, and the overgrown. You're not to the end yet, but the overgrown trail you're on opens out a little bit into sort of a broader, flat place. And sitting cross-legged right in the middle of this area is an odd-looking figure wearing not a stitch of clothing. In one hand, he is fiddling with a copper medallion etched with the image of a thin, tangled pair of antlers. He might be a beardless dwarf, or a short and pale half-orc, or a human with a gland condition. Either way, he doesn't look up as he speaks, in a voice that sounds like a goat choking on sawdust. Fortune has strange and wonderful and terrible things in store for you, so I am here as Fortune's lackey, fair or foul, weal or woe, chant or howl, friend or foe. What do y'all do?
Does
rhyming
he
naturalist.
remind me of the weird old dude we ran into way back when, while we were in Wald? Who said he was a prophet that those two were trying to kidnap.
Right. No, this one, there's a glint to his eye that that indicates to you that he's very much sane. He sounds tricky.
Got
Did everybody else see a naked man over there?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is he like flat out blocking the road? Like, could we get past him, or is he like trying to stop our movement?
He's blocking the way. Like he'd have to get out.
Okay.
Like it widens out enough for him to be able to sit in the middle of the trail, because otherwise he wouldn't be able to.
Okay.
But you'd have to. Yeah, you
Away
have.
with the spell book, out with the notebook.
Okay.
Mate, you got no clothes on. It's kind of gross.
He tips his head at you, curiously.
Take your twig and berries and go hide in the bush over there.
He tips his head the other way and looks at you curiously.
I'm gonna look around at everybody else. Everybody else is seeing this, right? This isn't just didn't eat a bad batch or something.
Well, if it's all of us, it's an impressive group hallucination.
Drew's go move him out of the way. Just pick him up, put him off the road. He's obviously crazy.
You should really record those cars so you can use them as Drew's trumpets.
Dude, it's like Cinco de Mayo, and like everyone is like fucking revving it down the street. It's wild.
It's ridiculous. Do you move to do any of that, Druge?
Not immediately, no. Partially because the trunk is occupied, and partially because I have no particular interest in grabbing strange naked men.
That's fair.
Well,
Like on a closer look, can we tell what type of humanoid he is?
Nope. He's just
is that antler thing familiar to anyone?
Ooh, good question.
That was my next question.
Yeah.
roll me a religion check.
Oh boy.
You can roll.
Okay.
Right then.
Not actually.
Oh.
Where is religion?
It's
On your sheet.
alphabetically listed.
18.
Okay. Relic was the one that asked. What's your religion?
15.
You said 15?
1-5.
This is the holy symbol of Bashaba. You know her as the Lady of Misfortune. She is Timora's twin sister and archenemy. You know that she sends her favored souls out into the world to sow misfortune. They tend to be a focus of bad luck and calamity. And you know that interacting with these favored souls is risky. It can draw Bashaba's ire with potentially catastrophic results.
All right, hold your trunk, Druge. I know you want to pummel this dude, but let's not do that.
I think you wanted me to pummel this dude.
Let's not get hung up on the who's and what's it's. You're the bloodthirsty one around here. Let's just see if we can scooch past this mate and let him live on without who's or what's it. We don't misfortune, lots of misfortune. We don't want to deal with this.
Is there a reason we've recently changed our minds?
Yeah, take a closer look at that medallion there. It's not something we want to play with.
Upon taking a closer look, does Druge learn anything about said medallion?
What was your religion check?
9.
No.
It's made of gold. It has antlers on it.
While you guys are talking about this, he chuckles and says, "Answer me a riddle, and I'll move. I stand aloof, alone as a savior. I shine my oily smile across the rippling vastness. I, with this beaming, attract and repel. Ignore me, and you are lost, one way or another. What am I?"
Why don't we just not do this riddle and you move out of our way and we continue on our way?
He cackles.
Oh, but it's a riddle. Could you repeat that?
Here we go.
Like we don't want to engage. Trust me.
Relic, the old man holds up the medallion and faces it towards you while cackling at Harlech and saying, "Of course, I stand aloof, alone as a savior. I shine my oily smile across the rippling vastness. I, with this beaming, attract and repel. Ignore me, and you are lost, one way or another. What am I?"
Is it the sun, boys? Does it sound like the sun? You know, if you ignore it, you get lost because you don't know which way you're going, or it's dark. One way or the other, you're lost.
I mean, it does. The oily gives me pause, but...
So I feel like Nate the player knows, but Druge just rolled a 5 on his intelligence, so Druge knows nothing.
Fair enough. Does chat know the answer to this? You want to help our players out at all? All right, is the sun your final answer?
I don't know that it's the sun, because it said something about shine the oily smile across the...
I stand aloof, alone as a savior. I shine my oily smile across the rippling vastness. I, with this beaming, attract and repel. Ignore me, and you are lost, one way or another. What am I?
It might be the moon, though.
Ew. Who uses the moon to navigate?
That's true.
See, it's not necessarily navigation. It just says that you're lost.
Yeah.
Drew shrugs and unfolds his new shiny chair and takes a seat.
This old man looks very appreciatively at the stool, like, oh, that's a smart idea. Tyler thinks it's the moon. Oh, Tyler says, I think it's the moon, but I would. Tyler's full name on here is Tyler Moonsage, so yeah, that's
Fair.
on brand for Tyler.
Fair.
All right, moon, sun, your final answer?
Is it type 2? What do you think?
Who?
Yeah, Harlech, you want to weigh in on this?
Yeah, Harlech. You there?
Sorry, you're talking to me?
Yeah. What do you think it is?
I think it might be a lantern. Or something of that sort.
Yeah.
Because
Like
it's a light.
a lighthouse? It's like a lantern, but if you ignore it, you're lost.
Well, why I'm calling it
Oily
lantern is
smile.
because of the oily.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but a lighthouse could be oil-based, and that would the rippling vastness would be the ocean. And it's a savior that you're not crashing into the rocks. I like lighthouse.
It stands alone.
Yep.
Can we hear it one more time?
I stand aloof, alone as a savior. I shine my oily smile across the rippling vastness. I, with this beaming, attract and repel. Ignore me, and you are lost, one way or another. What am I?
I think I have to go lighthouse. You're right.
Yeah.
All right.
Our
I agree.
lantern.
Because you can use lighthouses to navigate. Like, the pattern of them tells you which lighthouse it is and where you're at.
Both repel and attract.
Yeah.
Tyler thinks lighthouse is good.
Lighthouse sounds right.
Okay. Is lighthouse your final answer?
It's gonna be real misfortune for us if we get this wrong.
He's
Good
pointing
saying.
at you.
Nothing like a good riddle.
Okay.
it's
Riddles
lighthouse.
are not my forte.
If lighthouse is your final answer, who delivers it to the dude?
I mean, if no one else is saying it, I will.
Okay.
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 So
I think that's on
Harlech,
brand.
Harlech, you guys all, huddle on it, and Harlech straightens up, and I'm imagining, and says, it's a lighthouse, right? Does that sound about right?
I mean, it'd be like, it's a lighthouse, yeah? Huh? Yeah?
The old man grins and stands up in one motion. He was sitting cross-legged. And
Yep.
please remember, he's naked.
This
And
is a
I have
Chaucer
not forgotten.
situation.
he steps to the side and sort of tips an imaginary hat and bows you along the path. Each of you earn a d10 that you may roll once before your next long rest. You can add that number to one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw
Before the next long rest.
before your next long rest. I am not going to remember this for you, so it's all up to you.
Is that before or after we know the result? Just as a mechanics question.
Is that before or after what?
We know the result of the roll, just mechanically.
I don't remember it saying.
I feel like more commonly it's
more
before you-
commonly it's before.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering in this case. We can just say before for consistency.
Let's call it before because this is a luck-based thingy,
Yeah.
and that
let's do
sounds
before.
more luck-based, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sure.
I also like that Harlech answered it because his family is like a like ocean seafaring merchant family. I feel like that fits well.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay, so you pass him, and once you pass, he sits down again, cross-legged on the path, but this time he's facing towards the direction you guys are going.
I'd like to just point out that he did not say whether or not we got that right, so we should probably be on the lookout for misfortune, things to be messing around with.
How
Good
many
day,
mistresses
strange
are you on the lookout
naturalist.
for?
Again,
Thank you for the pleasant afternoon diversion.
He doffs an imaginary hat again, and continues fiddling with the coin.
I'll probably doff a real one.
As a
version, what were you looking at, mate?
as Relic says, or Brandon says that thing about being careful and watching out for misfortune. Quentin will kind of look at him side eyes and say, "So, what's the count up to for how many mistresses are you on the lookout for?"
Mate, it's a dangerous world, and I may have, not everybody's ready to accept the light of the good Lord, so I may have rubbed a few people wrong the way throughout the world.
Rub them wrong or rub their husbands wrong?
Excuse me, I resemble that fact.
Just as a side note, I don't think Harlech actually believes much in luck.
That's an odd
That's
thing
ironic.
coming from somebody who's important.
Yeah.
And has luck points.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
But that's kind of like you just kind of like it's the consequences of your actions.
Make your own luck.
Okay. So as he stands aside and everyone starts moving on, Drew will just kind of sit up from his chair and, well, that was fun. And fold up his chair and strap it back and follow everyone else because riddles are not his deal.
It could have gone poorly. It still could go poorly. Maybe go ahead and sling on those tusk blades. I really don't know that we're out of the woods yet.
Drew shall laugh and actually drop one onto him.
But tusk blade?
Mm-hmm.
You drop a tusk blade on Brandon?
If he wants one so badly, yeah.
No, I was saying you put it on you, mate. I'm riding a horse right now.
Okay, I missed that.
I don't have no use for your tusk blades. I've got a spoon.
Probably at least as big as you.
You do have a spoon. Okay, let's see here.
Does anything happen if I put the spoon in my mouth? I feel like this is important.
I mean, I don't know. What could happen?
Oh boy.
No.
Oh boy.
I have that written into my notes. No, when you put your spoon in your mouth, nothing happens.
Okay, good. Because I definitely would have been using a fancy piece like this around the camp as my eating spoon.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. We might have to do some checks in the future, depending on how things go. But just because this would drive me absolutely batty as a player, you did answer the riddle correctly. That is all I will say about that interaction for now.
Cool.
You guys continue along the trail, and you're getting close to the road. I'm going to call it here, and we'll get into whatever happens next time. So we have reached the portion of the evening where you tell me what you learned, and then we will nominate role-playing points. Now, I accept nominations from chat for role-playing points, so type those into the chat. A role-playing point... to nominate someone for a role-playing point, you call out a particular thing that a character did that seemed particularly good role-playing, and then the players will vote in our Discord channel with emojis on which one they think deserves the role-playing point. I think I forgot to tell you guys who the role-playing point was this time. I apologize. It was Marthala.
You sure it was
That's okay.
Marthala?
We'll save that for next time because she wasn't here. All right, so what'd you all learn?
There's
There's random naked people in the woods.
A lot? There
Random
was
naked
one.
naturalists handing out riddles. That's
one
important.
is one too many.
It's true.
Okay, too many
Also,
naked
there's
people.
a lot of angry that fits into a lot of small where Relic is concerned.
Say that again?
There's a lot of angry that fits into not a lot of space where Relic is concerned.
Rabbit can mean a very large amount of things.
Give me a second. I can't keep up with you guys. Give me 1 second. Small space where Relic is concerned. Too many naked people in this forest. And rabbit can mean a lot of things.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Anything else you learned?
Did Druge ever tell us what the vials were?
I don't know.
Druge doesn't know what the vials are. Druge just
Oh.
knows he looked at them, his test started glowing, and that's weird.
Right. So we don't know what the vials are?
Sure as shit.
Somebody cast detect magic.
Yeah, it was Druge, and that made the test glow.
But he doesn't know he cast detect magic. He just knows that his tusks glowed. And for some reason, the
Okay,
information,
I get it.
the information that is holy water and antitoxin floats into his brain, and he doesn't know why.
Okay, I got it.
So no, none of this has been shared.
No, yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Tastes
Make it
burny.
Of what I know.
My mouth tastes like burning.
Brandel is susceptible to persuasion. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
Say
Also,
that now.
Randall can pick locks, apparently.
Yeah.
I wonder why that is.
What locks
Okay.
are
What
you
does that
picking on
mean?
beaches?
I don't know, man.
I think now is an appropriate time to point out.
Happen to have pixels for whatever reason.
I think now is a good time to point out that each and every one of you actually has a real backstory, and I have been using pieces of most of those backstories so far, whether you caught it or not. And I am really enjoying how you guys are playing into your character backstories. I think it's going quite well. All right, let's do RP point.
Any person to have thieves tools.
No comment. Okay, so RP point. I have to set up an area in. Oh my god!
I
I
had
can't today.
thought about something and now I forgot.
You're supposed to write stuff down. I can't help you with this.
No,
Tyler actually nominated, or I don't know if this was a nomination, but they called out that they liked the suspicion behind the we don't know if we got the riddle right or not. Oh, you know
Yeah,
what?
that was
Are you
Relic.
calling out Relic suspicion? That's a
Yeah.
nomination. Sorry, I misinterpreted that originally. But yeah. Relic being suspicious because the naked dude didn't tell them they got the riddle right or not. Okay.
I don't want to call out. Oh, those are things we learned. Oh, these are RP points.
We're on
Sorry,
RP
versus
points
things
now.
we learned.
Yep.
Got it. Okay, good. I really liked Relic's. He started up the music.
Yeah,
As
that
we
was
were
a
playing.
nice moment.
that was cute.
Yeah, that felt.
As well as the
yeah, that felt good.
Wholesome.
really smug unseen servant under the horse.
The what? Oh yes.
Quentin making up slang to cover his box not being a rabbit.
Hang on. So I've
Yeah.
got Relic being smug about his unseen servant putting him on the horse. And then I've got Quentin making up. How did you put it? Harlock?
Making up slang to make like
Up
Guzzy.
slang.
yeah.
For getting busted with the box.
Yeah.
No, but how did Harlock phrase it? I'm sorry.
Oh,
Let him answer for himself.
sorry.
Shoot. He made up new slang in order to distract from the fact that his rabbit was a box.
Got it. Got it. Okay. Any other nominations?
I'm trying to think about it, but I don't think.
Drew's tusks and using the stool. Remembering that he had that in his inventory.
Knowing is half the battle.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys ready to start voting?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Again.
Vote away. They will use emojis. I will read them out again as they vote. So we've got Relic being suspicious because the naked dude didn't tell them if they got the riddle right or not, which was a nomination from Tyler Moonsage, which is a great nomination. We've got Relic starting up the music playing. Relic being smug about his unseen servant putting him on the horse. Quentin making up slang in order to distract from the fact that the box was not a rabbit. And Drew's tusks having the different colors on his tusks and using the stool. Okay, I've got 2 votes so far. I need a bunch more.
Oh, perfect.
What even is that?
So Wordman used a Kazoo Kid emote
Amazing.
that he has somehow.
So there's
the Kazoo, man.
there's 5
Kazoo,
of you,
know?
nice, and I've got a rabbit emoji as well. That's cute. Okay, so the RP point for tonight is going to go to Relic for starting up the music playing. Honorable mentions are Quentin for making up slang in order to distract from the fact that the box was not a rabbit, and Druge for the colored tusks and using the stool. All right, so that concludes our. There's a rabbit emoji in my captions. That's
nice.
cute.
That's cute.
All right, so that concludes our stream for the evening. I'm going to call it the technology we used. We used Discord for comms. I share this overlay to the players so they don't have to watch the stream. They can just look in Discord. I'm using webcaptioner.com, I think. If you just Google web captioner to get our web captions in place. Luth helped me with the layout. We're streaming to Twitch. I'll be exporting this to YouTube. I usually use Arkenforge to build my maps, but this is more story playing and my sweet brain, and we're using a module from Acquisitions Incorporated. Okay, thank you very much, stream. Have a wonderful evening, and we will see you later.
Bye.
Bye.